All right, well, welcome back. In this episode, we have a hot topic: why you keep living the same year over and over again, even though you have different goals, even though you have this will and desire for things to look differently in your life. Why do you keep living the same year over and over again, even though you don't want to? We are going to dive into why this happens and how you can shift it and shift the trajectory of your life path right away today. My name is Gianna Badeau. I'm a one-on-one coach, certified hypnotherapist, meditation teacher, and guide. And if you'd love deeper support beyond what you receive here in this episode today, make sure that you grab access to all of the incredible resources that I have created for you. They are all linked in the notes below. There are free guides, there are different offerings that you can dive into, and there's also an application to apply to work with me one-on-one if that feels like something you are called to do. But if you dive into anything, make sure it is the Rewired app. There's over 50 subconscious activations, meditations, and self-hypnosis audio recordings to help you stress less and achieve more in your day-to-day reality. All right, let's dive into it. Let's get really honest, really clear, really raw about this topic. Why do you keep repeating the same year over and over again, even though you don't want to? Even though you have these goals that change year to year, even though you want your life to look differently, why does it not change? Why do you find yourself in the same cycles, the same patterns, the same relationships, the same financial situation? Why is nothing changing, even though your goals are expanding, even though you are evolving and growing and doing all of the quote unquote right things every day to shift and change your reality in whatever way you're wanting to shift and change your reality in? Why is it not changing? Well, first and foremost, we can't have this conversation without talking about your subconscious mind. Because even if you have intentions, really good, clear intentions and goals on a conscious level, if your subconscious mind has not synced up and lined up with your conscious mind, then you will constantly be in a cycle of self-sabotage, and you will constantly find yourself in the same cycles, in the same patterns, reliving the same year over and over again. And you may be thinking right now, well, hey, my life is pretty good. And you may be wondering right now, well, do I have to change every year? No, you don't have to change every year. But if you have goals and if you want to evolve higher, create more, achieve more, feel more deeper, and feel more deeply connected to your life, then yes, life does need to shift and evolve year to year. It doesn't mean it needs to change. It doesn't mean you need to change. It's about expansion, right? And when we start this journey of self-growth and self-development and going after goals, a lot of times we go into it coming from a space of something's wrong with me. I need to change. I need to be better. I need to do better. I don't like myself and I want to change myself. And unfortunately, when we come from that space, it's coming from a negative intention. It's coming from a place of, I'm not enough. And so you want to start your intention from a place of, maybe there's these things that I want to change, and maybe there's these parts of me that I don't love, but also there's a lot of great parts about me and I want to expand on those, right? So we're heading off on this journey of self-growth, self-development, and goal achievement from a place of enoughness, from a place of I want to expand, not from I hate myself and I need to change. So that's a really important big piece of this, and something really important that you need to remember as you are setting intentions and goals for the new year. You're not setting intentions and goals from a place of, hey, I hate myself and there's something wrong with me and I need to change this and I keep doing this. You need to come into your goals and intentions from a place of, I want to expand, I want to grow, I want to evolve, and I'm already enough as I am right now. When you come into goals and intentions from this space, you are 10 times more likely to achieve them. Because when you are coming into a goal from a negative space, again, you are starting off on your journey from a very negative path. which takes you down a negative path. When you're starting from a positive mindset about yourself, a place of enoughness, then you are kicking off this journey on a positive way, and you will take yourself down a positive path. And that positive path is 10 times more likely to support you in actually getting to where you want to go. Why? Because when you have positive self talk, you're more likely to be kinder and nicer to yourself and actually do the things you want to do. Because when you're not kind to yourself, when you have a lot of critical, negative self talk, the things you're doing every day feel like punishment. It doesn't feel like it's something you're doing to evolve and expand and celebrate yourself. It's coming from a place of, you suck and you need to change. So, these actions you need to take to achieve your goals are punishment and you have to do them and it's going to suck and you may not like it. But if you're coming from a place of, positive self-talk and self-celebration, it's, I'm doing this for myself because I love myself, because I want to feel more deeply connected to myself, to my life. I want to achieve more. I want to see more. I want to do more. I want to make more. It's not coming from a place of lack and limitation. It's coming from a place of abundance. And so you want to set off on your goals in the new year from a mindset of abundance, not a mindset of scarcity. Nothing comes from a mindset of scarcity. The only thing that comes from a mindset of scarcity is more scarcity, is more lack, is more limitation, is more negativity. Energy goes where attention flows. So if your attention is on the negative, that's the energy that you're going to create. On the other hand, if your focus and attention is on the positive, that is also what will be created. So you want to start your journey into 2026 on a positive path, coming from a positive mindset about yourself. So here's a question you can ask yourself as you're preparing to grow into 2026. What can I celebrate about myself as it relates to the goal I want to achieve in 2026? What's going well right now? What are you excited about? And you may even be excited that you have this goal, that you have this intention. You can say, I'm proud of myself for wanting XYZ, whatever it is. You just want to head off on this journey, not coming from a place of lack and limitation, coming from a place of self-abundance, from inner abundance. Inner self-abundance is what actually creates abundance around you in your life, in your bank account, in every area of your life. So we want to approach the goals from an abundance mindset first and foremost. So if you're coming from a negative mindset, if you are setting goals from a place of, I don't like myself, I hate myself, I'm not enough, then you need to check yourself, because that is not going to help you get anywhere. It's going to create more negativity, more self-criticism, and more negative energy inside your body, which negative energy is not going to bring you any closer to where you want to go. So check yourself right now. Be honest with yourself. Am I focusing on the negative? Is this coming from a negative intention, or is it actually coming from a positive intention? Is it coming from a place of growth, of expansion, of simply wanting more because you want to feel more connected to life and you want to experience more in life? Ask yourself that question. And on the other hand, if it's coming from a place of, I'm not enough, I'm not getting enough, I deserve more, my life stinks right now, I hate myself, and all this negative energy, then you need to check yourself and you need to reset those intentions by putting the focus on the positive, shifting your perspective, shifting your focus into something good about yourself as it relates to whatever it is you want to achieve in 2026. This is extremely important. And if you're not sure if it's coming from a negative place, here's a really simple way to figure it out. When you think about your goal, when you think about the thing that you want to accomplish, does it feel tense or does it feel exciting? If you feel tension in your body, there is negativity around it. If you feel scarcity or lack or limitation, or you're questioning yourself, that is coming from a negative state. If you feel excitement, if you feel energized, if you feel like it's something you are really looking forward to, then that is coming from a positive state. That is coming from a place of energetic expansion from within yourself. So if you're not sure, Just check out the way you feel when you think about your goal. That will tell you everything. So, coming back to the topic of today, why do we really actually keep repeating the same year over and over again, no matter what you try, no matter what your intentions actually are? Well, it's because you are programmed for the life that you keep repeating. So if you have intentions for a more expansive, deeper, more abundant life, but it's not happening year to year, even though you have these intentions, even though you feel like it's kicking off on a positive mindset, the way we just talked about, why do you keep staying stuck in the same situations, the same experiences, the same relationships, the same financial situation? Why is that? Well, it's because of your programming. You are programmed for the life that you no longer want to live. You have not programmed your subconscious for the life that you actually want to create, which means your subconscious does not yet feel that your vision of what you want is safe and possible for you. And for you to accomplish anything, your subconscious mind needs to feel it is safe and possible for you. It does not matter what your conscious mind wants, which means it does not matter what your goals are. If your subconscious mind has fear around it, doesn't feel safe with the having of it, doesn't feel like it's possible for you or it's out of reach for you, then you will not get it. You will self-sabotage and you will continue to repeat the same year over and over again. So the real key to creating the life you want is pre-programming your subconscious for that reality. Your subconscious mind needs to clear out all the fear. And why is there fear? Well, there's likely fear in your subconscious because of something you went through in your past, because of something that has caused you to not believe in yourself, to have self-limitation, to have lack mindset, to have a scarcity mindset. And it's become your programming. Now, this programming either came from something you saw growing up, from your parents, from the adult figures that you were around growing up, or it came from some type of experience that you went through that created a lot of fear and a lack of trust in yourself. So it's really very, very important that you get to the root of why you don't feel safe having what you want. Because your subconscious has one job, and its one job is to keep you safe. And so if you're not getting what you want, then subconsciously what you want doesn't feel safe. Subconsciously, your subconscious mind thinks it's protecting you by not giving you the thing you consciously want. So, to get where you want to go, to create this new reality for yourself in any stage of life, as you're entering the new year, whatever it may be, it's very important that we clear out any fear, any negative programming that will self-sabotage your goals, your intentions. So, what are your subconscious fears? What are the fears that you have that you don't realize are actually getting in the way, right? What are those fears? And you may not even know what they are because, again, they are subconscious, which means they are living under the surface level of your mind. They're not often fears you can just sit down and think about. These are subconscious, they are buried within you because of things that you've gone through that have made you not feel safe, that have made you feel like you need to protect yourself, you need to have fear. So, around this example of money and abundance, a lot of times individuals that I've worked with one on one, they struggle to create more money and abundance in their businesses, in their lives, because they don't feel safe with having more money. They don't trust themselves to have more money. And that may be because at one point they had money and they blew it all. So they no longer feel worthy and deserving of calling in more money because they fear, hey, what if I do that again? What if I blow it again? Also, there's programming from their parents. What were you told growing up? Were you told rich people were bad? Were you told that you had to work so hard and work so long to actually make it, and you had to, get through your career and then you can enjoy your life because that's what your parents did? Think about your parents' money programming, and you likely have the same. So this programming that is sabotaging you either came from programming you received from your parents, or it came from negative experiences that you went through, traumatic experiences that you've gone through. This comes up also a lot in relationships, which is a really easy to understand example. If you were hurt, if you were cheated on, then love probably feels really scary. So when someone comes into your life that is a good person, that you actually care about, a lot of times you see people who sabotage the relationship because they're afraid of what because they are afraid of what will happen if they allow themselves to fall again. But on a conscious level, they want to be happy. They want the relationship to work. They don't want to be the one blowing up the relationship, but for some reason that they don't realize, they keep doing it. And that is because they have this subconscious fear, and the subconscious mind is trying to keep them safe. So, this is how this plays out. You have a goal on a conscious level, and your subconscious mind needs to be in alignment with that goal. If your subconscious mind is not in alignment with that goal, your subconscious will try to protect you through the means of self sabotage. So you will self sabotage yourself until you align your subconscious with what you want on a conscious level. It's a very simple equation. So, how do we line up the subconscious with the conscious mind? Well, first and foremost, we need to get very clear on what programming is causing you to self sabotage. What programming is causing you to feel afraid and causing you to feel like what you want isn't safe for you, isn't possible for you, that you're not worthy of having it? Who told you that you weren't worthy of having it? Who told you that your path had to look the way it does? Who told you about how to live your life? It's very important to get really clear on these questions and understand, okay, what is in my subconscious? Now, I said a few moments ago that because it's subconscious, a lot of times these fears are unconscious. And you can't simply just, sit on the couch and think about it and expect to get answers. You need to do some deep self-reflection, and you need to be in a deeply relaxed state. This is why hypnotherapy, self-hypnosis, and doing the subconscious activations on the Rewired app are so effective, because when you are in this relaxed state, and this isn't just like a relaxed state you're in when you go get a massage or you finish a yoga class, this is deep, profound mind body energy relaxation, where all of your preconceptions of the mind can fully take a rest. You can actually see yourself more clearly. This is a different level of relaxation that you tap into. And so when you access this, you can see the programming, you can understand what experiences, what memories, what traumas are causing you to self sabotage yourself today and relive the same year over and over again. So to circle us back to the beginning, the reason why you keep living the same year over and over again is because that is the type of life you have been programmed to live. And if you want to create a different reality for yourself, you have to program your mind for the reality you want to be living. And it's not that hard. It's not as difficult as it may seem or sound. It's really just a matter of you being willing to take a subconscious dive inside yourself and face some of those parts of yourself that may be a little bit uncomfortable. Really looking at some of those uncomfortable truths, uncomfortable memories, and erasing them from your programming. It's not that you're going to forget they happened to you. They're a part of your story, they're a part of your journey, but they don't need to dictate the way you live your life today. You can dictate the way you live your life today based on how you actually want to be living it. This is how you take your power back. This is how you create a new life. This is how you come into a new reality. And you don't repeat the same year every year over and over again. You're able to actually expand and grow and achieve the things and do the things and see the places and live the life you actually want to be living. And so you can do this by wiring your subconscious for the reality that you want to be living, which, if you've accessed the tools below, that's what my work is all about. And you will see that in the notes below. There are guides that you can tap into to help you rewire your subconscious. You can dive into your subconscious right now through the Rewired app. Or if you want to dive head into this right now, no messing around, You can apply to work with me one-on-one. And when you submit your application, I'll reach out to you via text and we can set up a time to chat and have a little consultation on if us working together in the new year would be a good fit. So that's it for today. The reason why you keep repeating the same year over and over again is because it's the year you are programmed to create. And if you want to live a new year this year, then you need to program your mind for a different reality. So there are tools below to help you get started on rewiring and reprogramming your mind for that new reality. So make sure you dive into them. There's free offerings for you if you don't have the funds to invest in yourself right now. And there's also different levels of paid offerings to help you get started as well. So dive in below. And if you love this episode, make sure that you subscribe. And it would mean the world to me if you left a review so that this episode can reach more people who need it. And also hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode along this incredible journey. And I'll see you next time.